Hi guys, Royce here from Aqua Smith, and today I want to introduce to you guys the Crimper pliers that we have here in our shop. I'll run through its features and how to properly use this when crimping your crimp sleeves onto your monoline or onto your shooting line. Alright, so this is how it looks. Now, this crimper plier, you can see this right here. This is the lock itself, so when you have it on top, the crimper won't open. When you switch it down, you're able to open it and close it. And the other features too are the two cutters on the side that you can use to cut your mono or your shooting line. And last, we have the different size holes on the crimper itself for different size crimp sleeves you're going to crimp. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how to properly use this. So I got a crimp sleeve right here, as you can see. This is how it looks. Now I got a mono line. Now usually when you're rigging your guns, your mono goes onto your shaft and onto your bungee. But in this video I'll just show you guys how to properly use the pliers and how to properly crimp the crimp sleeves. Alright, so you can go ahead and make your loop. Go. Now I have this ready to be crimped. Now a lot of people usually get this wrong. They usually crimp too close to the edge of the crimp sleeve on both sides. Now the reason why I say it's wrong is because when you do that, it tends to sharpen the edges of the crimp sleeve itself, and with that, over time the monoline can eventually wear out and break. And the other thing too is that some people crimp the crimp sleeves this way, meaning they don't crimp it sideways, they crimp it directly on top and just leave it as is, which is actually wrong. And let me show you guys how to properly do it. Now you notice that there's 4 holes on the crimp pliers. Now I usually crimp from the surface, from the top side of the crimp like this, as you can see right here. I don't put it into any of the hole yet. This is how it should properly be actually, but what I do first is I crimp it like this, as you can see. So one side of the crimp sleeve is on the bigger side and the other side is on the smaller side. Now what this does is, when you crimp it this way first, it equals the monoline onto the sleeves properly. So you can go ahead. Now just give a good squeeze. Now when you do that, it should look like this. Now the reason why I do that, as you can see, it's properly separated equally on each side. Now you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other half of the crimp. Yeah, like so. When you do that, both sides of the crimp sleeves have the monoline equally in together. You can see that's one side, this is the other side. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah. Now when you do that, you can go ahead and crimp it this way. Now remember what I said, you don't want to crimp it too close to the edge. You want to give it a little bit space like so. Now you can go ahead and give it a good squeeze, and then go to the other side, give it a good squeeze, and lastly the center of the crimp sleeve. Now this is how it should look. So yeah, that's how you properly use your crimper pliers and how to properly crimp your crimp sleeves. Alright guys, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.